welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal, and joining me through StreamYards, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the tank top sage. It's Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What's up, Chris? What's good, everybody listening?
Hey. Also joining us, it is our producer, Edgelord, Big News Brian.
なんというビッグニュース
What's up, nerds?
Hey. It's good to be back, baby. We are here, not live, but we are still on the show recording. Very excited to get into today. We got World Trigger, very exciting, amongst a bunch of other really great manga that came out this week. But first things first, how are you guys doing this week?
I'm doing all right. Kind of tired.
I'm happy
But
I'm
it's
in the
all good.
apartment.
You're what?
It was like 100 degrees outside today.
Oh, dude, it's so fucking hot. I could barely stand it. Man, very exciting. We saw Superman together.
Yeah, and it was good.
It was quite
It was
good.
an enjoyable movie.
I'm a big fan of this fucking movie, by the way. I need to watch it again.
There's only one real issue with this Superman movie, and it's you can get over the fact that Superman is a liberal cuck in this film, then you'll be able to get through it.
Yeah, if it's not too much for you that Superman is a libtard, then maybe you'll get by this just fine.
You know, he saved innocent people. He
For
stood
free?
up to those. He stood up to bullies
He did all this without
for
people.
free.
Yeah, for
free without charging a fucking dime. This fucking communist. I thought I was watching regular American Superman, not Russian Superman.
yeah. I thought this was.
That's how ignorant people sound. Like that's how ignorant they sound.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't Superman Red Sun. What's going on here? But yeah, Superman was. Great.
There's a communist Superman. Did that Superman force the workers to own the means of production? I don't remember that part of the story.
Spoiler alert: he did not make people the workers assume the means of production. Spoiler alert! Yeah. I'll get that out of the way.
It was an authoritarian government, not a communist government. There is no actual communist government that exists in large scale right now because the capitalist forces do everything they can to ensure that doesn't exist. Yeah. And that's what Superman was about, basically. No, stop.
But Superman made it
let's
exist.
really talk about the movie. I mean, super spoilers.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like everybody's seen it, but just in case you haven't, it's a spoiler time.
I mean, if you ain't, nigga, skip forward.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know.
I'll pretend that I'll put a timestamp. I do timestamps for the YouTube. So maybe I'll do that. But yeah, Superman was great. Is this like the first movie of James Gunn's DC? I know like Creature Commandos technically counts as like the first.
That's not a movie.
It's not a movie, but like I think the idea is that it technically counts as like the first DC thing. Or maybe Peacemaker does,
canon,
I don't know.
Creature Commandos?
Yeah.
As far as like
it does count.
That even though it's animated, it's still in the same universe.
Yeah, it's in the same universe
Superman
for sure.
Movie we just watched.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the when they first announced these movies, they announced that like Creature Commandos was the first thing, and it was going to be a Max series that James Gunn also made. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard good things.
I've heard good things too. I don't know how important it's going to be to any overall story.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't need to watch it for Superman. So that's
it's essentially Edgelord's paradise. You know what I'm saying?
Is it?
The
Creature Commandos?
Yeah.
Nah.
It's filled with a bunch of morally gray people.
No, they're not. There's a Nazi killing robot in it.
Yeah.
That's not
It's
morally
morally
gray.
gray.
That's not morally gray.
Do heroes kill people?
Nazis, sure. I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not okay with that. I mean, throw them in jail until they figure out that their ways are crazy. But I don't want to kill people.
Well,
Not the right.
I don't want to do that either. But I'm like not mad.
I know. I see what you're trying to say, though. I'm not.
No, I don't think Creature Commandos is an edgelord's
I should
paradise.
probably watch it.
Yeah,
I should probably watch it.
from what I've seen, I don't think it's that particularly. I mean, it's like the scarier characters. I think I know it's like Frankenstein's in it, and his wife. So let's see how James Gunn's interpret. James Gunn is particularly good at like taking lesser known characters and making them super palpable. So it made me want to like pick it up and check it out.
I'm being sarcastic. I'm trying to say that Creature Commandos is like Suicide Squad Part 5 or something. You know what I'm saying? Just more characters that like they're not good guys, but they stand up for some principles. So I don't want to be a dick about it. I'm gonna watch the series. It's probably good.
It's probably good. I don't know.
Boy, if I will riff on it if it gives me opportunities to. I'm annoyed by it. I'm annoyed that morally gray is so fucking cool.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Creature Commandos. It could be it could be like morally gray characters doing morally gray things. Who's even in it?
I'm just gonna say the line that I always say. I remember being 15. I do. I really do remember being an angsty teenager once. I just grew up.
Okay, so it's The Bride of Frankenstein. It's G.I. Robot, Weasel. Dr. Phosphorus is in this. You remember him?
Yes.
Frankenstein.
Also a morally gray character.
Well, he's a villain. He's an outright villain for sure.
I want to continue our conversation about Superman.
Superman.
And getting into super spoilers. So, Lex Luthor is an awesome villain. Not because he's an awesome guy. Fuck Lex Luthor. But because he is the exact enemy that we've had for a long time in real life, IRL. Like, Lex Luthor is literally... Like, if the rich people in our life, if the billionaires were actually really smart, talented people, that they would be Lex Luthor. But because they're not, they can only be regular villains instead of super villains.
Yeah.
Because they have no swag and they're corny and they rely on manipulating, the masses and the information they're getting in order to achieve their goals instead of through sheer force and willpower and talent.
Yeah. Lex also does some of that.
Is actually a step above your Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, as a matter of fact.
Lex do be doing that shit, though.
Yeah, Lex works. He puts in overtime, bro.
No, I'm saying he also does the whole thing of the manipulating, media and all that stuff and people.
Yeah, he does that too. Yeah.
But he does it so much cooler. He does it with like a interdimensional rift.
Yeah, and monkeys.
Yeah, that was my favorite joke in the whole movie.
That was truly funny.
Yeah, the rage bait monkeys.
That was truly funny. That was one of those.
Because it just
gotta laugh if you see that.
It just came out of nowhere, like he just randomly does like a tour guide of like the pocket dimension.
Yeah.
On that note, I think the movie handled comedy really well. Didn't feel like an overall jokey movie.
Yeah, it's very
also
funny.
Didn't feel like it was trying to be too serious either. It was perfect.
Yeah, it is just kind of a perfect comic book movie. It's like, for as much fatigue as I think most people are feeling, I think like this was kind of a breath of fresh air in that like it wasn't afraid to be a silly comic book movie, but it also, was trying to say something interesting and somewhat poignant, and it was just a fun time, man. It was just a fun movie, and the side characters are great in it. Mr. Terrific's great in it. He's probably my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah, he's top 2.
For real. Superman, his characterization is great in this. I like how they make him like, you know, just not cursing, like actively going out of his way to be like, oh golly, you know, he's like, oh golly,
When
gee.
other people are cursing,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
No, I do, because it shows it's a guy that's trying.
Yeah, it's just like it reminds me of like I guess it is that like real, you know, that Southern politeness thing where they don't cuss, you know, super easy.
What the
Or they try
hey,
not to.
dude?
Yeah, what the hey, dude? It was nice. It was a nice movie. The good is not an origin, and you know it's good. It's a good advantage that the DCU is like fairly. It's like established in this continuity, and it was a smart move, given you know.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't know
You
Superman?
want to talk about a smart move? My bad to cut you off.
Yeah.
Like, my bad to cut you off, but like, you know, in the very beginning of the movie, I know it probably raised your eyebrow too when it said superheroes were on the planet for 10,000 years, like 10,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Meaning, there's definitely like a rich hit, like they're going all in.
Yeah, they mentioned the metahumans, so it's like, you know, I remember, you know, there's the old gods and all them stuff. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, go see it. That's those are my thing. Go see it. It's awesome.
It really catches the essence of Superman.
Agreed.
I think better than any other Superman movie I've seen.
Agreed.
I watched a video essay talk not before we seen the movie, not right before, but like a few days before, talking about why so many deconstructions of Superman popped up, you know, in the late thousands and teens or whatever, you know, like your Homelander, your like the Injustice Superman, like all these versions, and ultimately they tried to express that these people don't really understand Superman, which is why they were so like both the creators and the fans, but mostly the fans, for seeking it out so bad, you know, that like because they believe that, you know, someone like Superman, he's only putting up an act, you know, that he's holding it down, and when will he finally break? And the most profound statement I heard was that, you know, like Superman, when he's Superman flying around, he really is putting on a costume. The real Superman is Clark Kent, the nigga he is, like in between all of that shit. And that's an important distinction, because that implies who he is and what drives him and what motivates him, and that's what's most important about his character.
Yeah.
You know, he is a regular person, and the idea of Superman is a power fantasy of, imagine if a regular guy could be so super that these huge forces against the common working people, you know, could fight against. James Gunn captured that pretty well.
Yeah. On that note, I would it reminded me of Kill Bill 2.
That's exactly what she quoted, that scene. I know exactly what
yeah.
She said that's what started it. She said that she thinks that that's what started everything.
Yeah, that I love Kill Bill and I love Quentin Tarantino, but that was like a moment where I'm like, what are you even talking about? Like, it felt like an out of nowhere thing, but
well, I think it may. So again, this is me borrowing thoughts, right? It's not my own thoughts, but I tend to agree that she believed that was Quentin Tarantino expressing that. Look how much of a fucking narcissist this guy is, trying to express, right? So like, but everybody else missed the point. I mean, including myself, but I was like fucking 9 years old when it came out.
Yeah.
So that's my excuse or whatever.
Yeah. But like, yeah, people took that to heart. It was such a dumb idea. It's like Superman is like a critique of the human race, where he was.
Yeah, right. Like he really.
And I don't know if Quentin Tarantino.
Dumb, slow.
I don't know if he actually believes that, or you know, if this is just Kill Bill. Is it? I mean, if this is just Bill, like just being a dickhead, but not. But you know, that moment, I'm just like, what? But I think like it comes from a fun.
I think you could be pretty confident. I think you'd be confident that he definitely made that to make him out to be a dickhead.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it comes from a fundamental disbelief that a person can be this good or a decent man can exist. There's like a cynicism to how people like interpret Superman. You can kind of, it's a good gauge of how cynical a person is by how they really interpret Superman. And whether they can suspend that disbelief of a person being that good, you know, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I just think like all of these interpretations of the whole, you know, the Homelanders, the Injustice Supermans, Zack Snyder's Superman, even though he was like not the worst, but Brightburn, where it's just, it comes from a fundamental disbelief that, or, you know, like a mistrust that someone can be that good, you know?
Right.
Like there's got to be something going on with this fucking guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Superman is good, and he's not afraid to be just like kind of good to the point of corny in a good way, where he's just like a good old guy, you know, and he's trying his best. And that's what Superman is, especially a younger Superman. Feels good to see, and people not like shying away from that.
I think,
you know, like not being shy to just have Superman be a fucking good guy. We already have the heroes who are, you know, less moral or, you know, like more on that side, more cynical. We already have Batman, you know. We don't need Superman to be that. Superman works best when he's playing off of those people. That's the variety and the tones of DC and superhero comics in general. It's the same with Captain America, you know, same thing.
I was gonna say that's why I like when Marvel does the really well written events, because Cap really shines in those, because like he's like kind of like he doesn't insert himself. He just, the way he asserts himself is just to kind of give space to others too. It's like he always reminds people that there are other people with opinions and shit too. Let's think.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is in Infinity, where like Cap
all the characters were done well.
Yeah, everybody was done great. Everybody. We didn't spend time with a lot of them. You know, like we got to spend a good amount of time with Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, which honestly, very happy they used Guy in particular, because Guy doesn't get a whole lot of mainstream love. So it's good to see Guy Gardner in something. I think we spent the least amount of time with Hot Girl, but she was still cool. You know, she was very hot girl. Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific still ruled. Very cool. James Gunn does this thing sometimes where he takes characters that are lesser known and just tweaks them a little bit to be a little like more palpable to an audience. Like Mr. Terrific is kind of almost a gag character, but he still has like this level of competency. But he's very like serious in the comics. He's like the third smartest guy, and in this one he's like a little standoffish and you know, just like doesn't understand people's emotions in a really fun way, and that's played for laughs really well. He has a great fight scene in this. This is one of my favorite like superhero fight scenes in recent memory. But yeah, it's awesome. I don't know. You guys talk now. You guys let me know what you guys think.
I mean, I said a few things. You got anything you want to say, Brian, about the movie?
Who's smarter between Mr. Terrific and Batman?
Theoretically,
Batman.
Technically, the idea is that like Mr. Terrific is the third smartest guy in the DCU, but he only like lets that slide because it gets a lot of attention off of him. Like he's not as pursued because Batman and Lex are seen as the smarter guys, but you know, it's a debate that like Terrific might be the smartest. Maybe second only to Batman, but I don't know.
Yeah, you could argue if Mr. Terrific was in charge of Gotham.
Yeah, things would be a little different.
Probably be a much better. Honestly, if you
He'll
put
be a
almost
little bit-
anybody in charge,
Yeah.
put fucking put the Flash.
Yeah, you know.
Put
There, you know what's funny about this
Martian
movie?
Manhunter there, man.
You know what's funny about this movie? It made me laugh for a second. Is like that scene where Jimmy Olsen is like out at night to talk to his like source, and this is like hookers in Metropolis, and I'm like, oh my god, are we in Gotham right now?
That would have been cool
But he's not. They're in
because of
Metropolis.
how it looked. I thought you was gonna say something about. I thought you was about to say how safe they were, how nothing happened to them in that alley, and you was like, "Oh yeah, there's no way this is Gotham."
Yeah, it's not Gotham because you know nothing.
That's how much Superman got this shit on lock.
Yeah, nothing happened, but like it was still weirdly skeezy for Metropolis.
Yeah.
But yeah. Brian, do you have any closing thoughts before we move on to the next topics?
My favorite thing about this movie was how creative they got with how like the dilemmas they gave Superman. Like he could never really go all out. Like we're fighting a kaiju in the city. He's trying to figure out a way to get it out of there alive without hurting anybody else. Or when he's in the pocket dimension, he has to protect Metamorphosis baby, right? Like there's just like a series of things, like human things that they add to his character that like realistically is why he's like weakened and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. Yeah. You know, there's ways to you can't nerf Superman. You can there's ways to nerf Superman narratively without nerfing him like in his power set. So yeah, that's a good point, Brian.
But aside from that, those are my thoughts. This is easily the best Superman thing I've seen ever.
So something was brought to my attention. I had a friend that was very adamant that was Bizarro.
You know, it's funny. I don't know why they didn't go with Bizarro, because that's kind of what they did.
Still could.
That's not Ultraman, that's for sure. Ultraman is an Earth-3 Superman.
Yeah. It's like they combine. It's like they use Ultraman's name.
Yeah, exactly.
Bizarro's kind of. So one thing I completely forgot, because like I guess we was reading comics long enough to see this, but there's like a whole Bizarro verse.
Yes, Earth Zero.
Right?
I think it's called like Earth Zero or something.
I couldn't tell you,
but there is a Bizarro verse.
Yeah, I know it exists. I remember Superman went into it for a little while. And I thought that's where Bizarro was from, but I completely forgot that Lex created him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Lex created Bizarro. But Bizarro doesn't look like Superman. That nigga looks like a fucking zombie. Right?
He looks like a bulkier, pale Superman. Like dead body pale.
I don't know. I feel like I remember him looking like ways like really zombie.
Yeah, he's way bigger and he's just like kind of
like he doesn't really look like Clark in the face much at
No,
all.
not at all.
He looks like a fucking no, right? So that's why when he was saying, "Oh, that was Bizarro," I was like, "That wasn't Bizarro." I was like, maybe they might turn him into Bizarro, but like I thought maybe like because he fell into like the black hole, maybe he got transported to a different universe and he'll be in the Bizarro universe.
That'll be very
Who
funny.
knows?
Yeah. I hope that's what happens. I hope Ultraman gets to live. But yeah. All right. I did not read any of my series on my quest to read all of Shonen Jump this week. It's been a little hectic for me, so I did not make any progress. Josh, how's your journey with One Piece?
It's moving. I'm in Zoe.
Oh,
I just got done reading about what happened to Sanji.
Oh,
they
yeah.
just finished talking about that situation. And it's so crazy how you remember things, but you don't really remember exactly how it went down.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Gang Bage pulling up and kind of forcing the issue, but Sanji left on his own terms. He saved his crewmates and said, like, I want to go handle this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zoro made a point later on saying that, like, Sanji actually made the right call because we're already about to deal with Kaido, so we don't need Big Mom to also be at our ankles. Which it's just so ironic because that's exactly what happens in the end anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
with Big Mom and Kaido, but you know, still good storytelling. I don't know if I said this on the podcast before, but it's crazy, and its entire arc feels like it came out of nowhere. Like they were supposed to go right to Wano at the Zoo.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Some highlights. I really like the Meeks. I forgot that they didn't just lose. They fought. They fought and warded off Jack and their pirates for days until they finally decided to use that fucking gas weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the Minx held it down. What I don't remember, I don't think the Minx know that the ninja's there. I think only Dogstorm and Cat Viper know, right? I think that's what I remember.
Well, I can't tell
They
you.
kept that shit a secret.
Since you can't remember,
if that is the case, I'm gonna say this. Damn. They put their people through some shit.
Yeah, I can't tell you.
But I mean, you could argue that they wasn't even if like if Dogstorm had told the people, no, we're not gonna give this ninja up, we had to fight them, they would have still fought regardless.
Yeah.
But Jack had a point. He knew. I mean, he was right.
Yeah.
That'll make him right for what he did. Or not, I'm just saying. It was just kind of like he said, if he's here, bring him to me. If he's not here, then it's a crime. The beast. And they're talking about how he died. How they say how he attacked the Navy to go get Joker, and he's dead. They wrote his obituary. And I'm just like, is that what happened? Obviously, I know that's not the case, but
yeah,
they thought he died for real. I guess they didn't think he would just be living under the sea like that.
Under the sea,
just angry. I don't think he had any more oxygen left. I think he just ran off of straight anger, and that powered his lungs.
Yeah.
And
wait, whose lungs? Who are you talking about? Jack's a fish man.
When he was on the sea floor.
Jack is a fish man.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Although I did like the theory of his anger sustaining him.
Yeah.
But
he just can't swim because of the devil fruit he has. So, I mean, that must suck, being a fish man who can't swim.
Oh, I was like so mad all the time.
Yeah. He's like, I can't believe I can't swim anymore.
It's like, don't fucking play with me. Tell me where the ninja is. You know I'm a fishman and I can't fucking swim. You know this, Dogstorm. And if you don't, I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
Nah, epic stuff.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, hell yeah. Let's get into the show proper, shall we?
The world becomes my gun.
World Trigger. We are starting off with 2 chapters of World Trigger this week. Very excited. It's been a while since we talked about it. Let's get into it. Last we left off with World Trigger. We are coming to the close of the away mission test. The first part, which is homework and video games. I we open on the last day. There's been captain evaluations being given as the final phase of this part of the exam. And we got everybody's evaluations. We are now about to get Suwa's, who Osamu is, whose squad Osamu is on. So, long story short, Suwa decides to give all 500 points to Osamu for, reasons that we're about to get into. Everybody is surprised. Even Osamu's like, whoa. The reason being, Suwa basically says that, man, Osamu's the only one who really wants to go on the away mission in this squad. So, seeing as how he might be a liability in the battle, in the actual long-term battle phase, it'd be good to give him these bonus points so he stands a better chance of actually going on the away mission. And the team for the most part agrees. They're like, that sounds fine. Except for Katori, who's is like, well, that's not fair though. You can't give him all his points. And she even asked Osamu, is like, you don't think it's fine and dandy, do you? And Osamu was like, I do not think it's fine and dandy. But to be honest, I do want the points. So Sue was like, all right, you got him, boy. You got 500 points. Katori then puts on a very scary face and is like, I'm saying I ain't down with this. No way, no how. I do not accept. And Suwa makes a compromise to allow Katori to do whatever she wants with 100 of the 500 points. And she basically writes down a piece of paper, a division of the remaining 100 points. She gives Suwa 20 points, Ui, the operator, 15 points, Oki, 15 points, and Osamu gets 50 points. So he's still pretty damn close to a perfect score. Katori doesn't give herself any points. But yeah, that is the final captain evaluation. They decide to continue doing their assignments until the very end. And we do get the captains. Oh, well, first of all, Suwa says after the assignment is over and the test is this part of the test is officially over, he congratulates his team on doing a great job over the week. And mentioning that thanks to your efforts, I'm probably looking even better in the eyes of management, so that's good. So he congratulates his team, and we actually get to see the official final rankings of everybody in this test. Taking first place is Mizukami. Second place was Kodera squad. Suwa squad takes third place. Fourth place goes to Murakami. Wakamura squad gets fifth place. Kitazo gets sixth place. Utagawa squad gets seventh. Ninomiya gets eighth place. Kuruma squad gets ninth. Kakizaki gets 10th place. And OG squad gets 11th place. So, they're like, oh shit, we took third. Hell yeah. They were last place and they ran all the way up to third, which is pretty damn good. Kodera, however, is pretty fucking annoyed. The Kodera squad landed in second place by a mere 40-point difference. That's got to be frustrating. So, he apologizes to his squad, saying that once Wakamura's claimed that massive point boost all at once, I wonder if the other squads might also realize they could have saved up their assignments. And basically, he feels responsible for his strategy getting kind of leaked out to everybody potentially. So he apologizes his team for getting second. It's like, calm down, bro. It's all right.
He was so sure. He was so sure that he was going to win.
For real. I mean, Mizukami has been pretty dominant from the very start, and he was basically doing it by himself almost. So, yeah. Everybody basically is just like, yeah, that's fine. We're second place. I'm okay with that. Kitora makes the point of, he's like, you're probably right about that. You were reluctant to speak up. even if you were reluctant to speak up, you could have made me the middle manager, and I would have gladly enforced a brutal overtime schedule. So,
Thanks.
He's like, thank God.
He's in charge.
For real. Mizukami's squad is pretty stoked that they made it first place, He's like, the decision to work overtime last night really clinched it for us. Teruya is not pleased that she feels like she didn't do enough to deserve first place, but she feels fired up to make up for it in the second round, which is the long-term battle phase. Speaking of which, an announcement comes through, and they are about to explain the rules for the second phase of the test in chapter 256, the away mission test part 47, right? Is that the number? Anyway, so this chapter is a big old rule book of the long-term battle phase to come. I'm going to try to be as condensive as possible because it's a lot of text, but here's the deal. Basically, the long-term phase combat exam is going to be a battle sim between the two squads, being the provisional squads made up of 55 agents versus the A-rank squads that already exist. That's super duper exciting. So, and that's just not the agents. The operators will also be on the field and participating in the battle in some way or shape or form. The next day, they are to report at 8:45 to receive 8:45 in the morning to receive special triggers for phase 2, and activating those triggers will teleport everybody involved into the main map. In order to win, one team must reach 5,000 points, or or be pretty close to that, or have the most points after 36 hours. So in theory, the test is only 36 hours long. There is a point value to every agent for the most part. The A-rank squads have a fixed point. Captains of A-rank squads are worth 200 points, operators are worth 120, and standard agents are worth 100 points. So, yeah, if people take down, it's self-explanatory. If you take down a captain, your team gets 200 points. Enemy operators are 120. However, the funny thing is that if the A-rank captains take down a provisional squad member, their point value is based off of how many points they received during the first part of the test. Meaning, for example, Osamu is worth 450 points.
While the rest of his team members are 15, 15,
and 20.
Yeah.
Katori is worth nothing. And she's not the only one. There are other squads that have members that didn't get any points. So, yikes. That's such a smart move. But there's another way in order to get points. Across the map, there are these terminals, these shielded terminals that if you can break the shield and damage another team's terminal, they are worth 500 points. The A-rank squads have 10 terminals on their side, and the provisional squads have 11. As a measurement, they say that the shields surrounding these terminals are strong enough to take 8 Ibis shots from Chica, which is a big fucking deal because they take 8 of Chica's cannon shots of the strongest rifle. So that's pretty crazy. Now, there are special rules within this. You cannot deactivate your Tryon body, meaning you can't bail out once the test has started. And because, the theory is that you'd probably be there as long as possible, it's impossible for you to recover your Tryon unless you exit the test and rest and eat and, get your nutrition up. There's no way to do it. So your Tryon that you're in the test with is in there until you're eliminated. There is, however, a respawning rule, which is very cool. If you lose, you can, in theory, take a rest, eat, and recover your Tryon and return to the spawn moment, but that's only as long as the test is active. So, in the time that you're gone, if you're gone too long, you could have missed the test. So, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, you got to make sure you get smoked early if you're gonna die.
Yeah, you can't die too late. And basically your respawn points are any of the remaining terminals on your side. So that's pretty cool.
In hero shooters, we call that being staggered.
True.
Yeah. And obviously, if you respawn and come back, you still have the same point value. So, Osamu can continuously give their team 450 points if he keeps getting knocked out. Next, they explain the operators. Operators' Tryon bodies are basically, what's the word? You can't touch them. Bullets will pass right through them. Any Tryon attacks will go right through them. However, their weak point is the laptops that they use to provide the support. So if you destroy an operator's laptop, you destroy the operator. That's nuts. There is an ability of verbal communication between squads using the laptops of the operators. So you can do that. But the more operators get eliminated, the more difficult it is to keep comms up. So you got to protect those operators. The only other way to communicate is by the texting function on their phones that they were given at the start of the test. They can't call on these phones. They can only text. The laptops also have a battery, so they drain after an hour, but when they're brought within a 30-meter radius of the terminal, they get recharged. So, they can't just be out there with their laptops for more than an hour because operators' batteries will die. The next set of rules for this exam is that you can use Tryon soldiers. The A-rank squads have a fixed amount of budget they can use to purchase pre-existing Tryon soldiers for the field. So they have 12,000 points that they can use to allocate towards their Tryon soldiers. However, the provisional squads, as a little bit of an advantage, each squad has a budget to how much they can use to create Tryon soldiers, but it is directly linked to how many points they accumulated as a team. So Mizukami theoretically has the most points to use to create Tryon soldiers. So basically, Mizukami has like 13,418 points. But the Tryon soldiers don't lead to any points. So, even if you defeat some Tryon soldiers, they mean nothing in terms of points. They already talked about food, that they can pack food away and bring it. The trigger loadouts are based off of their most previous configuration in the rank wars. So whatever they had in each of their individual rank wars is the trigger set that they'll have. However, they are able to put in a revision. They can fill out a revision form to swap out any triggers that they may want for this test. Operators may also alter their triggers, so remember to submit revision requests. So, yeah, they're not stuck with the triggers they have necessarily. The final part of this has to do with replacements. As we know, there are A-rank squads in the provisionals. There are A-rank members in the provisional squads. Kodera, Kitora, Kikuchihara, and Utagawa are all on provisional squads, meaning the A-rank squads some A-rank squads don't really have agents on them except for their captains. So on Kazama's squad, replacing Utagawa and Kikuchihara will be Chief Engineer Raizo Terashima and Chief Engineer Michael Cronin. That's really cool. That Raizo is the HQ Chief Engineer. Michael is the Chief Engineer for Tamakoma. And finally, replacing joining Kazama squad will be. Oh, sorry. Joining Arashiyama squad will be Kyoko Saramura, and replacing Kodera on Miwa squad is Takumi Rindo, the Tamakoma chief branch. And even
The boss.
yeah, I love Yuma be like, oh shit, the boss. Miwa's like, what? Which is very funny. And there you go. Those are the rules of the next phase of the away mission test. And that really is the end of World Trigger. It was a lot of dialogue and a lot of informational stuff. But Josh, what did you think about World Trigger chapter 255 and 256?
My RGC, without a doubt.
Mine too, for the record.
RGC as well.
Yeah! World Trigger got
Holy
unified.
Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
Unified. All right. A lot of things to talk about. Just gonna highlight a few things I really like. So, man, Mikumo is a target. He's always a target. He's always like easy.
He really
Let's
is.
get Mikumo, take him out, right? But now there's real value to it.
And he's got A rank squad
You
people
know.
come after him.
Yikes. So this is gonna be a war, bro. Like a whole ass fucking war. This is going to be, I have no fear hyping this shit up. It's gonna be incredible. Either way it slices out. I mean, you've got the Tryon soldiers, they're fighting against A rank agents. They're teamed up with a whole bunch of squad members across like B that we've seen. So we'll all, like see them working together like in action. As far as conserving Tryon goes, I think what that's going to translate to is that it's going to be a lot more conservative. Like there's not going to be all out fights as soon as people meet up. There's going to be like, you know, people are going to try to like set traps. Oh, speaking of traps, the fucking engineers, your favorite character.
Which one?
When Rindo. No, the one that's also a neighbor.
Oh, Michael? Why? I've never talked about Michael Cronin.
But you really love the idea of trappers.
He's not a trapper, but A rank number 2
He's an
squad
engineer, but
captain
he's a
is.
trapper.
He's not a trapper. He has weapons. Both of them have a weapon on them. Raizo has a ray gust on him.
Oh shit. Okay.
There's only
Excuse
one.
me. Never mind.
Hey,
My
relax.
bad.
All right?
I was fiending.
You were
I was
fiending. You
fiending. I was
couldn't wait.
fiending. All right.
No, A rank
GGs.
number 2 guy. He's there and he's a trapper, and that'll be interesting to see. He can teleport people,
should be
dog.
really
That shit is
interesting. Hopefully-
nuts. He could create
Imagine he
teleport
has a
points.
one-on-one with Mikumo.
I don't even know how that would look. Oh!
Hey, who knows? Who knows? That doesn't have to happen, but they come across each other's path.
Right?
Like, oh my god. The fact that the operators are gonna have triggers, I wonder, are they gonna be able to fight? How are
No,
they
they're
fight
not
if
gonna
they're
be able to
hot? That's
fight.
not fair.
They're not going to be
Can't
able to
give them
fight.
fucking weapons.
They're not going to be able to fight. All they'll have is their
But
laptop.
they're probably gonna have a bunch of movement.
Their jobs
They're not
are.
gonna have. No, they said that they could adjust their triggers too.
That's true. I don't know if that means that they'll have weapons necessarily.
Probably
or,
like add like movement.
Mhm.
They'll probably have like bagworm, grab.
Maybe, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shields.
Hey, we've never seen an operator on the field, so it'll be interesting to see how that looks.
Yeah, man. I mean, I thought it was really. I like Katara. I've said that many times, but the way she wanted to take the points and give a few to everybody else and didn't give any to herself. It was sweet. It was just like she just felt like everybody else deserved some credit,
Yeah.
not just Makumo. Even though she gave him a large chunk, even with him already having 400 points. So I love it. I just can't wait. Brian, you have any thoughts on this week's chapter?
This is for sure going to be Osamu's way to prove that he belongs on the away mission. This is going to be probably his crown jewel moment. Because now he is going to have literally every team gunning for his ass. 100%. Because people are going to view him as the easiest target of all the people in this mission so far. Like, especially with having that many points on his back. Like, this is going to be his way of proving that he needs to get on that ship with them. And another thing, I have a sneaking suspicion that like one of these characters that got like an extra point, like that extra point is going to be the difference between them going on the away mission and them staying. Like, I have a feeling like either Suwa or Rokura, whatever his name is. Rokuro. Like, one of those two are going to like get in on this away mission purely because they have an extra point from like the small point that they had before.
That would be very funny if Sue would accidentally made it onto this.
Yeah, it would be. I feel like it that might happen. Like, I have a sneaking suspicion on that, but we'll see. Regardless, this was a fucking awesome chapter. The hype behind like them going against the away mission squad, it's just too good, too fucking good. But I don't have too many thoughts aside from that.
Oh my god, it's times like these where I'm very frustrated that World Trigger is monthly, because now I had to wait until next week actually to see how this turns out. I'm very excited. I love the design of this phase. You know, it's very different from the rank wars that we've been seeing all this time. It's a gigantic team battle. And, you know, there's other objectives outside of just fighting each other. There's a strategy where you could mix it up and also go for a few of the terminals as well. Because some of these A rank guys are broken. You know, Tachikawa himself is on this, is in this. So that's a huge concern.
Very big concern.
Yeah. We also get to see the other A rank squads that we haven't seen before. Tamakoma 1 is one of the squads participating in this, by the way. So yeah, that means Kyosuke. That means the big dude. I forget his name right. I'm blanking on him right now. And the girl on the squad.
I'm just imagining right now the clip farming that's gonna occur, like between these top members of the organization joining.
Yo,
I mean, Tachikawa.
He's gonna be aura farming left and right, bro.
They're gonna see him and be like, "Go the opposite direction, run, get away,
bro." I'm so excited.
Use your bagworms now.
Yeah. You know, we constantly say that like the rank wars would make a great video game, but I think this is the video game, bro. The design of the away mission design is just like so cool and very conducive to a video game. That's neither here nor there. It's so good, bro. I love the rules. I'm excited to see how this turns out. And don't get me wrong, I love this like kind of slow character development stuff that we've been getting over the last 40 fucking chapters. But this is what I'm here for. You know, this is what I need, baby. It's been so long since we've seen battles from World Trigger. and I hope that we continue to see it. The whole time I was reading this chapter, I was like, you know, I was just feeling it. I was like,
Yeah, just getting ready, like, oh yeah.
So, you know, high expectations to meet, but man, I'm excited. We love World Trigger here. Those are all my thoughts, really. Any closing things before we move on?
Nope.
Osamu, show him why you're the GOAT.
Yeah. You know what I think? I think Osamu, I don't think Osamu's going to do anything physically crazy during the thing, but he's definitely going to leverage the fact that he is worth the most, or, you know, in the upper echelon of points amongst them to do something strategic with everybody else.
Yeah, he's gonna flip that. He's gonna flip that week because he's always flipped his weaknesses.
Mm-hmm. He's used his weaknesses as like a bait almost. You know, but very excited. Let's move on.
Bloody cross.
Sakamoto Days. This is Sakamoto Days, chapter 223, Conceited. Last we left off, Nagumo and Oki were just boxing in a car. And now they just decided to stop and get a coffee. And they each, I feel like, take one sip, and then they just start going back to fighting again. It's pretty cool. Nagumo kicks the fuck out of Oki's head.
Yeah. And his guard isn't up. I see it.
He got dead hit.
I don't see his. That was a direct hit.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a technique where he tightens his neck to like absorb the contact better.
Bro did not drop his coffee though. He got smacked to the other side of the restaurant, and he was like, "Geez, let me finish my coffee." I love this series sometimes, bro. He's
gonna have the stiffest neck when he wakes up tomorrow,
bro. And then Nagumo has the nerve to be like, "Oh, okay, you forgot something," and then he puts the bill in his face. He said, "The bill." And then they just like knock each other out of the building, and they just say no thanks. And I was like, oh, doesn't the boss usually pick up the tab? And Oki's like, I'm not your boss anymore. And he says, okay, let's say whoever lives will pay. And Oki's like, sure. And we get a badass 2-page spread of both of them in midair. Nagumo with his weird fucking weapon thing, and Oki with his super cool staff. It's so good. And they land on the ground.
That staff is dope.
The staff is dope. Nagumo's weapon is really cool. It's like the shifty transforming weapon. So Oki says like that thing you said earlier about the JAA losing without you guys. I have a warning for you. Don't get too full of yourself, Nagumo. The era of the Almighty Order is over. I've already scouted a few new recruits with abundant killing talent. And then we get to meet this killing talent. The first thing is a cop that literally just puts a gun in someone's mouth and then shoots him. And he's like, sheesh, I became a cop because you get to shoot a gun. But with the new JA, it's legal to kill. There's no point in being a cop anymore. So, he's one of the scouted people. And then there's this lady that pulls up with a baby and this fucking weirdo looking guy who's just like yelling at this lady because her baby won't stop crying. And he calls the baby ugly. And the woman is like, sorry, I'll make him stop. And she takes out a cleaver knife and just beheads this guy. And the baby's like, yeah. And this lady is like, oh, you just love blood, don't you? And then our final stop is at the Kyoto Kansai Killing Academy, the graduation ceremony. And, two girls are saying goodbye after graduating this killing academy. And they're like, we're going to miss you so much when you move to Tokyo. We have to get together again. Sheena, you got scouted. You two got scouted by the new JA, right? That's amazing. And the girl that was recruited is like, yep, it came. It's finally our time. And it's this young girl with a guy, I guess. And they've been recruited. They meet up with Torres and the lightning guy. I forget his name. But that is actually where Sakamoto Days ends. Josh, what did you think about Sakamoto Days, chapter 223?
I'm a big fan of Butcher Mommy. Yeah. I am not a fan of the murderous cop at all.
No.
That, too real.
Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, that's commentary if I ever heard it.
Hopefully he dies first.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, Butcher Mommy, she's going to be a problem. Maybe the baby could hold the strap, too.
Right?
That'd be pretty cool.
You mean hit artist and rapper DaBaby?
No, the actual baby here.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, until I put it all together later on. People watching the YouTube version of this could watch my thought process in real time.
Yeah, you could hear the gears turning.
Yeah. Oki's not a pushover. I don't think he was an order member. I mean, he was the boss of the order, right?
I think so, yeah.
And I thought he was just a pencil pusher. I didn't know he gave it up like that. This is new, right? He wasn't always like.
Well, we didn't see him fight.
He wasn't like a fighter. Yeah.
We didn't see him
know
fight, but he was like, you don't get to be the boss of the order, I guess, if you're not a great fighter.
That makes sense. I didn't know he was like this. I wonder how this fight is going to resolve. Oki better not die. Not yet, anyway. He has to get be chalant. Is that the opposite to nonchalant?
Yeah.
To be chalant?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, to be chalant is to. Let's see. Is there a root word? Is nonchalant? Yeah, there's got to be. I'm being silly, but let me look. I never
be nonchalant would be.
You know what? I never heard anybody say chalant. You know, I've only ever heard nonchalant.
Nonchalant is not like non.
You guys are being so chalant right now.
Word.
We're not being chalant.
You guys are being way too chalant. You guys are being way too chalant.
Figure that shit out, Brian.
Okay, so I found a Reddit
Give us some
post.
support.
I found a Reddit post that says, "Why is nonchalant a word, but chalant is not?"
I just imagine the person like being like, "Oh my god, what?" Like really dramatic. But it's definitely just a normal like. I wonder why.
There are other English words like this. They're called unpaired words. They include debunk, defenestrate, dejected, disconsolate, disdain, disgruntled. You know, where there's these words that, you know, have like these word thing, grammar things, but like there's no like there's inept, but there's no ept. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Chalant is a French
really ept.
Chalant is a French word meaning to matter. So
it is a word.
It's a French word.
Yes.
What? So the French don't exist?
Well, you know.
The French aren't real?
The French are, you know, a state of mind. They're
I think what Chris is trying to, and what Chris in the article is trying to say, is that it's a phrase, not so much. It's not an English word. It's a phrase that we use that is a French word, and we don't use chalant as a phrase in English. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's just not part of the vernacular.
Okay, so this is a serious answer. From Reddit, from a man named Michael from like 12 years ago. This is an old fucking post. He says, "Okay, time for a serious answer. Some words A, fall out of usage. B, seem like they have a prefix related to the superlative or the modifier, but are of different origins or meanings. or C were borrowed for a specific purpose. For example, in Middle English, there was the word wend, which means to travel a ways. The past tense of that word was went, as in I have gone a long ways. Similarly, there was a word go, G-O-E, which was shortened to go, G-O, whose past tense was goed. Over time, wend and goed fell out of use, probably around 1500 CE, leaving us with go for present tense and went for past tense. Nonchalant is, as many others pointed out, a French borrow word, thus type C. So it's a borrowed word. Remember that French was the official court language for a while in England, was popularized after the Norman invasion. Well, a form of French. French was for a time the language of diplomacy, and French words are borrowed all the time by English. Nonchalant and its antonym chalant were probably selectively borrowed, meaning one was used to describe a condition in English which was lacking a name, in this case, acting with disregard for future consequences, while the opposite was probably already made present in the English language. All in all, the English language is not so much a language itself, but rather a conglomeration of other languages. So that's cool.
TLDR, we just don't say that shit anymore.
TLDR, chalant is a real French word, but English borrowed it for nonchalant.
For nonchalant.
Mm-hmm. But in English, you don't use the word chalant. So there's your
that was a nice little
there's your grammar lesson. Hey, this is what you do when you get when you listen to New Jump City, you learn something new every day.
Oki has the largest Swiss Army knife, like in the Guinness
Nagumo
textbook.
You mean?
Yeah, Nagumo. What I call him? Oki?
You said Oki. Get it together, bro.
Nah, I said Nagumo. But anyway,
no, you said Oki.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said Nagumo.
No, you said. I don't know why that made me so mad. The fact that you well, you just said that. It was just like, what the fuck did he say?
This is I forget the name of the effect, but something that didn't happen, you believe happened.
What? What was that?
The Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's happening to us right now. Yeah. I hope like I don't ever want to be murdered.
Oh, you don't?
But one of the weapons
Missing
I would
out.
want to be murdered by the least is shit.
Christian's frozen.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, God.
I'm back.
I know you had to cut up. I know you had to cut up. I was like,
Wait, was my
was
face
so
like that?
happy.
You're gonna have to repeat what you said about not wanting to be murdered.
I would not want to be murdered by Nagumos. Swiss Army knife.
No.
Whatever that thing is.
It becomes like an axe at some point too. That shit is so cool.
It turns into everything.
Yeah. Were those all your thoughts, Josh?
Think there's a bottle opener on it?
Probably. I'm sure you could use it as a bottle opener pretty easy.
We'll show one way or another. Anyway, that was all my thoughts. Brian, what were your thoughts on Sakamoto Days?
Honestly, I don't got too many thoughts on this one. The fight's pretty cool. I'm not really too invested in this fight, to be honest, but seeing the new order characters that are going to show up, I just wonder what the fuck they're going to do. Like, where is this story going right now? Is my question.
Well, I have an answer.
What's your answer?
It's going to the end. Sakamoto Days have announced that they're entering the final arc
Oh,
Not that that was a long shot to call, but
Hey, I mean, it's
we all
confirmation
pretty
of
much felt
something.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Sakamoto Days is coming to an end.
That doesn't mean it's going to end this year.
No,
But-
it's possible that, it makes it to January or February. But yeah, we're entering the final arc of Sakamoto Days, and we're getting introduced to more final villains. My thought is, I think they're going to use these guys. Like our little Teen Titans squad is going to go up against these guys. And the rest of the main cast is going to go up against the Order proper.
Yeah. That was nice. I like how you put that.
Yeah,
Teen Titan, like the younger.
yeah, because our protagonist groups, there's like 3 of them. There's Sakamoto's team, there's Shishiba's team, and there are the little teen assassins out there. So, I feel like they're going to come together to take down these new guys. We do enter the final arc here, but, final arc is relative. That doesn't mean it's going to end anytime soon. It's just like this is probably the last storyline, which makes sense. I don't know how you go up from X. He's been the main villain from the very beginning, and Sakamoto is not one to be very complicated and introduce a surprise villain, as far as I know. It seems very straightforward in the fact that, after X is dealt with one way or another, it'll be kind of the end of the series. So, I enjoyed this chapter a lot. I actually am kind of invested in this because I like both Nagumo and Oki. And it's cool to see 2 Order members fight. I'm excited to see how it goes. As for the new guys, we'll have to see how they turn out. Because we just met them, and it's just more of introducing, the setting the stage for the final battles. But yeah, I don't really have much thoughts after that. I'm excited to see what's next for Sakamoto Days. I did have a really good time reading this chapter. Any closing thoughts before we move on?
no, sir.
LOL panel of the week, perhaps. If you go to page 10,
Mm-hmm.
and that small panel, the black sliver, where he's like, "Huh?" Before he starts blacking on the police officer.
With a black sliver? What?
It's on page 10.
Yeah.
It's like just his face, and the rest is like black, and he's like, "Huh?"
Oh, yeah.
I just thought that was a very funny.
All right. Well, with that, let's move onward.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Kagurabachi. This is Kagurabachi chapter 88, the first step. And this chapter starts out with one of the information people that has been infiltrating on behalf of the Hishaku being held, being restrained by weird sideburn man's magic Mardi Gras beads. And he is questioning, he turns over to the main information guy and is like, where's the Hishaku? And they explain that 5 of them are on the west wing on the 5th level. And he's like, after we went all the trouble of inviting them to the threat elimination grounds, well, we have no choice. Contact all elite troops. We'll surround the Hishaku. And we get a glimpse.
How rude. How inconsiderate.
Why didn't they fall into our trap, those bastards? We get a glimpse of all the elite troops. One of them we've met before for sure. It's the one survivor from the Soju whole thing. But main information man is like, but we haven't identified the informants. And he's like, there's no time to waste. We'll issue the command and watch how they behave. All lower ranking members are still ordered to remain in place. He says, and the elite forces is that we'll attack towards the west and keep them away from the center. If it's all right. If there's some damage to the building, whatever it takes, we have to eradicate the Hishaku. Speaking of the Hishaku, they pull up, and Yura is surprised to see Uraha there. He's like, he wasn't supposed to be alive. That damn Samura. And Uraha asks Hakuri if he could fight. And Hakuri says yes. And Uraha's like, you sure? He's like, somewhat. He's like, he said, I can cast Iso every so often, but I just use a string of strong spells, so I need to rest. I can still transport, but all the things I registered in the past have been reset. And Uraha's like, cool, great summary. Uraha assesses the situation. There are 7 enemies in the front and back. I'll need to stay close to the boy, and I'll protect him and destroy them at the same time. Uraha's confident. As one of them jumps off to attack, one of them gets cut clean in half from a sword that appears from the ceiling and cuts him clean. The sword continues to cut the ceiling, and then a perfect square platform falls from the ceiling, revealing a young girl named Kiri, aura farming. She's hard. She's casually like, she's leaning on her sword like it's like, she's like, hey, he's like, oh, it's Uraha.
Just dropped in on ya.
Yeah, this is nonchalant.
Yes.
And also, admittedly, one of the coolest entrances. I thought this was cool.
It was a perfectly sliced square.
Right?
I would always want her to slice my cakes.
It looks like a little concrete lasagna. You know? It's just
Yes. Or like a sandwich. You ever
Right?
seen like a sandwich cut with like all the crust off?
Yeah. So good. Anyway, so everybody's like, Hakuri is like, who the hell is this? And Uraha's like, let me introduce her. The progenitor of the white purity style was Itsuo Shirakai sensei. This is his grandchild, Kiri Shirakai. And apparently she's this young girl who used to hang out with Uraha and Samura when they were training under her grandfather in the white purity style. The Shirakai sensei is currently missing. He's probably living out in the mountains somewhere, impossible to contact. But Kiri points out that he texts her every now and then. So that's nice. It's good that this character's still alive. I didn't actually think that we'd get more about him. I feel it's inevitable that we will meet him at some point, like in the main present storyline.
Do you remember him from somewhere?
Yeah, they showed him before when they were explaining the white purity style. Remember, he was the guy who created, and he was explaining that like if you take out the sword and you flip it around, it makes it stronger for some reason. You know.
Was he the one who he was also the master of that dude that got wiped?
Which one?
Remember there was one guy like that was talking about like I have all this training or whatever, and then he got fucking obliterated.
No, this is a different guy. He showed up briefly in a flashback, and I honestly didn't think that like he'd show up again, but he's here. So he's around. Kiri mentions that he's a total male chauvinist pig when it comes to the sword. He's like, swords are for men. They're too heavy for women's slender hands. You'd be dead in no time. And she really want him alive and kicking until she gets the chance to hack him up. So that's fun, I guess.
Well, her big ass buster sword, like,
dude,
my hands are too weak for a sword. Let me show you something.
Yeah, it's like I got a sword taller than me and most guys. He's the Sephiroth of the series.
Yeah, dead ass. She played Final Fantasy VII and was like, yeah,
goals. Anyway, one of the Hishaku members tries to pull up on Uraha, and Uraha did not fall for it. He roundhouse kicks this child through a wall, and he says,
He put his guard up at least.
"Yeah, he manages to block it, but man, how much can you block?"
Not like the guy in Sakamoto Days.
Yeah, no. He uses his magic technique thing, Cohen Crimson Recital. You see the eyes around the sides of his eyes; they get blackened and like it spreads, kind of throughout his face. If you look closely, like if you see around his eyes, those weren't always there. Those are like his little eyelash thingies.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So that's
yeah,
cool.
You could see it like at the sides.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And yeah, that was pretty cool. Big Collar Boy is like, that landed. And Balding Man is like, no need to freak out. Look, we'll be fine. Mako, Demon Bite. And he summons this big fucking demon thing to attack Uraha. But Uraha is nonplussed. I believe I'm using that word right. Let me actually Google that. Nonplussed. Never mind. I used it wrong. What's the opposite of nonplussed?
Plussed.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that a borrowed word?
Don't get me started, bro.
No, don't. It's okay.
I'll Google that shit. No,
I
but
believe you.
yeah, let's just say he's plussed. So yeah, Urahad goes into his white purity stance, and he cuts this thing clean in half, and immediately charges towards the rest of the Hishaku. Yura decides to rip off Black Clover and pull a sword out of a book, and they clash. Yura starts to think his speed is intimidated, but he's lost the destructive force he had before. His power enables him to fortify one ability at a time. So, yeah, he's like the Hishaku. Impressive, coming out to do your own dirty work. Did you run out of tricks to kill sword bearers?
Ooh.
I feel like there's like
How are you gonna respond to that one, Yura?
I feel like there's like a weird moment missing because Yura's like, plus we're running out of time. I'd appreciate you not getting in our way. You know?
I feel like he was adding on to, all right, I had this conundrum when I was reading it too. So I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Okay.
But I took it as he was
Adding on to what Uraha
yeah,
said. Okay.
in a playful, like cheeky way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's like, "Yep, all my tricks ran out, and then we're running out of time."
So you gotta get out.
Let's go.
Big Collar Boy is sensing that people keep coming over, and Yura's like, you know where you are. You're in the hive now. There are plenty of people besides me who will get in your way. And Yura's like, true. There's all sorts of people in this place. Our job is to create momentary confusion, nothing more. And Balding Man in that moment uses his magic to summon more of these demon mask things. And he says, we have a card, the death match. And Kiri is not worried. She's plussed as she goes step back, and I think she is about to go into her white purity mode stance. But that is actually the end of Kagurabachi for now. Josh, what did you think about Kagurabachi chapter 88?
I think that I have a theory.
Oh,
Not one that I'm willing to, hang my nuts on or nothing like that. Right. But I think this sorcery is gonna force one of them to kill someone. Talking about we have a card, the death match. Then it's definitely not. Oh, you got to fight these fucking mouth things. It's definitely gonna be some it won't let you leave until one person gets killed or one person remains. That would be insane. I'm sure they'll find a way to get out of it, but I think there might be a fight. Fight.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what the death match could be.
Yura does have the Renegon, right? Or
He certainly looks like he does.
fair enough. I guess it is a different series, so
Yeah, it's an entirely different series with different power system.
there's no way this could be like the prequel to
To Naruto?
like yeah, in any type of way, shape, or form.
No, it can't be. I mean, this takes place in current time. And Naruto at least is in like a different time period.
Yeah, like maybe it's
And also not even Japan, really.
it's millions of years later.
This? Well, then it wouldn't be a
Oh,
prequel.
Naruto is millions of years later.
Millions of years from present time?
But think about it. It's not that like, times reset, eras like
Mm,
fall. You know what I'm
so-
saying?
So, like these guys get hit with a comet and then Naruto.
Or there's several comets and mad different other things happen until eventually Naruto.
Well, I guess I can't say that's impossible.
And he starts with Yura in his grudge.
Yeah.
And he passed it on to Sasuke's bitch. Anyway, was I giving my thoughts on the chapter or
Yes.
something?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. How about this guy? No need to freak out. Look, we'll be fine. How'd you feel about that?
Which one?
If you go to page 12,
12. Okay.
what's your nonchalant meter
Of
on that one? On a
saying
scale of
Kiri,
1 to
look
10.
out for Hakuri for me. Am I looking at the right page? 12?
The sideburns guy. It's 11 actually.
11. I think my page 11 is different from your guys' page 11. Oh, yes, him. Okay, sorry. Yes.
That guy's super nonchalant.
Yeah, it's a good 8 out of 10 nonchalant. I would say
8 out of 10 on the chalant scale.
on the
He
nonchalant.
was yawning. He was the yawner.
Yeah, he was
I
the
think.
yawner.
I'm gonna double check real quick just to confirm.
No, he was definitely the yawner.
Definitely.
Definitely,
Without a doubt
100%.
in your mind.
I'd go wrong burgundy on it.
Yes. Yes, he has sideburns, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he's pretty nonchalant. He doesn't seem to give a shit that, he's in the hive. He's in basically the beehive of all his enemies.
They're fine. All right. Those are all my thoughts.
Brian, what'd you think?
I mean,
I told you guys that fucking Uruha was a legendary goated ass swordsman, and we all need to give him respect.
I gave him
This man
respect.
is him.
I gave him respect.
And
Josh
by
was
we, I mean
disrespected.
Josh.
he's about all right. Let me give Chris another example from a hero shooter.
Mhm.
So Rocket Raccoon, Guardians of the Galaxy.
I do know him.
He has an ability that reboots characters, right? So imagine you're fighting, right? You get smoked,
Mhm.
then you get rebooted, and then the same person pulls up and smokes you again. I fear that might be the case for Uraha. I feel like he's gonna die after the respawn.
I can't imagine that they would bring Uraha back just to kill him again, especially so
You
soon.
can't imagine that.
No, I feel like
You can't
narratively,
imagine that at all.
I can't. Or it wouldn't make any sense, or it wouldn't be good if that's what happened.
Not even for shock value.
Not even for shock value, because we already got the shock value when the first Uraha death happened.
I am disappointed with your perspective.
I really like Uruha's confidence in this situation. Like he's met with like essentially the full force of the of the Hishaku right now, and he's just like, I bet I'll just fuck them all up, I guess. Like, that's his number one fucking goal. He's like, oh, I guess I'll just do everything right now and be okay.
Yeah,
Like he's going for the team wipe.
Uraha said, I lost to Samura. I am not losing to you guys.
Don't get this shit twisted, Josh.
I lost to the strongest character in the verse, Josh.
All right. So, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. When he landed that kick on supposedly the strongest fighter in the Hishaku, I don't know why I did that. He won me over a little bit. I like that. So he's a power booster. He's an enhancer.
I'm here for that. As a fellow enhancer.
Oh, I miss Hunter x Hunter. Anyway.
Hey, Junk and Rock.
Chris, stop! Fucking A, just stop.
Does it not hurt you, or are you numb to it?
I've dealt with this my whole life. There's only so much I can take.
I don't know what you guys are talking
anime
about.
again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Watch number 3.
Junk and Rock. Anyway, Brian, continue with your thoughts.
Yeah, this strongest like Hishaku guy really fucking, I don't know, like that's a ballsy ass move to like charge at Uruha like that. But to see that kick like leave like a shockwave, like god damn, that kid got kicked hard as fuck.
And he's
just
wearing
goes to
shorts.
show that these guys are no joke. I wonder what Samura's sorcery was before he gave up his sword. Curious.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Cheating.
Whatever the enemy does, it just doesn't matter because I have all the cool powers.
And with Kiri also brings up a good question for me too, because how much better can the white purity style get? I'm really curious to see, because she is like, you know, like it's her family. Her family literally, her granddad fucking made that shit.
Yeah.
So she has to be like elite with this fucking thing. Like the shit that Samura and Uruha and even Chihiro as well have been doing should be nothing compared to her. Like this is her fucking life.
Yeah.
So I wonder what her purity style is gonna look like and how much advanced it could possibly get.
I mean, I was thoroughly impressed by that, as Chris pointed out, the lasagna slice. I haven't seen anyone pull off a feat like that in quite a while.
Not only that, she cut through the concrete, but also threw a guy underneath the concrete.
You seen how Uraha was like, oh, when he got sliced.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Oh fuck!
No, like a Sopranos character is like, oh.
That was so funny. We was all shocked.
That's how I reacted.
Didn't even understand what happened.
Yeah, it took me a minute to register that too, but man, that's crazy. You know how much force you have to do? Because he's like cutting through the concrete, but also through a guy.
WASD.
WASD?
Yeah, that's the movement when you're playing like on PC, like on like if you're playing a video game on PC.
Yeah, you go WSAD.
Yeah.
WASD.
But yeah, those are my thoughts. Pretty fire chapter, honestly. I'm really curious to see where it goes.
Yeah, if World Trigger wasn't world triggering, this probably would have been my favorite chapter of the week. But man, this was very cool. Kiri's very cool. I love this casualness. Just like her be like, hello, you know. Very fun. She's a fun character. She reminds me of Maki.
Apparently she was trending. Apparently she was trending on Twitter
Oh really?
for a while. Yeah, when she came out.
It's her eyes.
Yeah.
That's it. They see
It's
it.
her eyes.
They see her eyes, and they probably imagine very, very unbecoming things.
Yeah. I mean, I would
Very
hope not.
devious.
But yeah, Kiri is a fun extra thing to be thrown into the mix here. I'm excited to see, like Brian said, like how better the White Purity style could even be, even though this whole arc has just been spamming this one move, which is going to continue getting it here. But yeah, I'm enjoying seeing this. It was cool to see the granddad again. He keeps popping up, which makes me think that he's just going to be an important character at some point. Maybe they go find him somewhere because they say he's alive. So I don't think that they'll just throw that out there so he'll never show up in the story. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this all turns out before Samura comes through and Chihiro. I still want Uruha to show out some more. I don't think he's going to die here because that would be, I feel, a poor storytelling decision because it's almost like, what's the point of even bringing him back? You might as well just kill them off, really. But yeah, I really enjoyed reading this. It was a very fun chapter. I don't have much else to say about it. You guys ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
See.
Let's go. Dandadan. With that, I'm gonna pass it over to Brian.
Dandadan picks up where we left off with Seiko getting ass whooping of the week last week, and the chapter ending with Evil Eye showing up, busting in through the room, and he spots what's his name? Oh, Anera. Spots Anera standing on top of her. And it looks like he's about to get mad, but instead he just starts laughing and trolling Seiko. This is, if you ever wondered what it's like playing League of Legends, this is it right here. But he's laughing at her, going like, how'd you get beat by some bitch ass motherfucker like him? He's whack, you're whack. And
Get diffed.
fucking mid diff. And then he like kicks this guy in the face, sending him flying away. Wait, actually, no. He threw
a guy.
The ninja. He threw the ninja that he was carrying at the smoke guy, but it just goes right through him. And as the smoke guy is kind of coming back together, Evil Eye has grabbed Seiko, and he continues to laugh and troll her. And then he takes off his shirt, puts it on top of her, and then immediately starts doing the anime fucking protagonist fight stretch.
Bro, he said, you're hilarious, bro. He said, I love that shit. He's like, you're gonna be having my what? You're gonna be having my what? You're hilarious, bro.
And he starts running at Anera, who is bowing at him, and he is just slugging. He throws the biggest fucking punch you could possibly throw, to no effect, and it is immediately countered with an insane high kick. And then he hits him right in the solar plexus, grabs him, and then flips him right onto his fucking head. And then he punches him right in the gut, saying, Marlbo, Row, Red Marl, as he he just names all of his punches now or something. He goes Red Marl, Marl Menth, Marigold, Marigold.
These are cigarettes, by the way. It's Marlboro. It's Marlboro. His attacks are named after Marlboro cigarettes. Marlboro
really?
Reds, Marlboro Menthol, Marlboro
Oh,
Golds.
because he's a smoke monster.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't think about that. What the?
I literally just thought about that. Bro's
but
naming his attacks after Marlboro Menthols.
Now I'm pissed.
It came to me because I
This
used
is
to.
like heaters level.
You know how I thought about it is that I was like reading. It's like, why is he calling? What's Marlboro? What? And then I read like him saying Marlboro, and then I'm like, oh shit! It reminded me of my days when I worked at Dwayne Reed and people would ask for Marlboro Golds, and I'm like, that's what this is. His attack names
What
are
are the
after.
best ones?
Those are the ones
Gold is
people
the
used
best?
to get. Those are Marlboro Silvers were like the light cigarette. They called them Marlboro Lights, but I always knew it was silver. And like
Yeah.
the Marlboro Golds were the next step up, and Marlboro Reds were like the actual, like real deal cigarette. Marlboro
Oh.
Menthol has menthol in it, so like that's the only thing. But yeah, there you go. We all just realized this at the same time.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But whenever he goes Margold, he's doing like a nut punch. So he just starts spamming Margold. He just starts spamming that fucking move right on top of Evil Eye's nuts, and then he ends it with a kick, sending him flying across the room. And he goes, so this is Evil Eye. So this is an Evil Eye, hardly a warrior. And Evil Eye responds by saying, how come you keep going after my nugs? Is this the Nutsack Olympics or something? From now on, your name is Nug Lover. Cool?
Can I throw something in there real quick?
Yeah.
He punched them in the nuts 28 times.
Oh my
That's how many
God.
times he used the gold move.
Poor Gigi. This is Gigi's body.
Or 26 times, I'm sorry. He will never have children.
No.
It's over. He
Gigi's
might
gonna
not even
wonder
go to
why.
fish straight.
Gigi's gonna be like, why can't I have kids? What happened? I can't. Why am I fertile?
That's just gonna be
Why am I
like,
infertile? I don't
you
understand.
don't remember your nuts getting stomped out or something? What happened?
So Evil Eye sends another slugfest towards Nug Lover, who says, your efforts are futile, no matter how impressive your physicality. You cannot inflict damage upon smoke. Now accept and as he's kind of talking, he gets cut off by Evil Eye continuing to just fucking wildly swing at him, calling him a cheater because he can't hit him. So he keeps calling him a dirty cheat Nug Lover, and people who cheat are bad.
He's not wrong.
And he counters him again by punching him right in the jaw, sending him flying again. And he goes, if you would please stop calling me Nug Lover, I'm known as the Red Baron. And he like kind of exclaims that he's stronger and that since Evil Eye is weaker than him, then he should just accept defeat. To which Evil Eye goes, geez, do you ever shut up? I'm telling you, I can beat this guy. Kind of talking to Gigi from within. And Gigi convinces Evil Eye to let him take control of his body once again. To which he goes, how's it hanging? Gigi's in his house. Pew pew with finger guns.
Hey.
To which Nug Lover goes, do you wish to perish? If you suffer my attacks in your flesh and blood state, you will die. And Gigi says, and that would totes suck. But you gotta try everything you can. And he starts charging up an evil gun. and blasts it, and it looks like this has an effect on Nug Lover as he gets kind of torpedoed away. To which Gigi says, "It worked," and that's the end of the chapter. Josh, what are your thoughts?
I love how the Red Baron got like Cell style blasted. Oh no! No, more like Bardock actually.
Yeah. He was like,
Oh, funny. Oh, that's I like the evil gun.
By the way,
Blast.
Baron is a brand of cigarettes.
Is it all cigarette puns with this guy?
We're gonna activate something in someone that quit, and I hope not.
I hope not. Hey, stay strong, man.
Cigarettes are dirty as fuck. Don't do it.
Listen to us. Don't smoke again.
And no,
Only
I'm
you
not a
can prevent
hypocrite.
wildfires.
I'm not a hypocrite.
Not at all.
Anyway.
Josh?
Oh.
Still you.
Yeah, man.
It's still, hey, it's still you.
Blasted, nigga. What you want me to say?
Oh.
I mentioned you got hitting in that 26 times.
You did
Right?
mention
No
that,
babies.
yeah. No babies.
Ever.
We did that.
What is good with this guy though? Like, where did he even come? You know, like enemies be coming out of no fucking where.
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere. You feel me?
Yeah.
The niggas just be around. This vampire dude, he's gonna be one hell of a boss character. Which is impressive to say because they've gone against some incredible boss characters already.
Mhm.
The alien invasion was tough.
Yeah.
They got pushed all the way to the end. Who else? There's definitely someone I'm forgetting. Definitely something I'm forgetting. They fought a fucking storybook creature, a board game monster that did really weird things to people, and even when they beat him, his effects still linger.
Yeah.
So what's up with this vampire guy? This nigga is basically gonna be like Dracula. I'm talking about like Castlevania Dracula. So this is a This Shonen Jump is just a bunch of prequels, bro, and sequels.
Oh, yeah? Is that what you think?
Yeah, this is the prequel to. I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay. Should I proceed with my thoughts?
Sure.
I had so much fun with this chapter. My panel of the week is this one on page 2 where he's like crouched over yet laughing at Seiko. Just the way Evil Eye is drawn in that moment just makes me laugh. I really love how it's drawn. It was good seeing Evil Eye again. It feels like forever since we had like an extended period of time with just him.
Yeah.
It was cool to see his little personality shine a little bit. I love this pose where he's just like, all right, it's time to lock in pose. I thought it was a really cool moment. It was just a fun chapter overall. The revelation that this guy names his attack after cigarettes is very fun. It's very fun.
Blew my fucking mind.
Yeah, literally, I didn't think about it until this moment that was the case. But yeah, I mean, this was just such a fun read. And Gigi coming back was unexpected. I really didn't think that he would like just pop out. And I love this little moment with him. One of the cool things about Dandadan is just the characters are really endearing and fun. And Gigi is no exception. And just the unbridled confidence that Gigi has is really fun a lot of the time. Even just like him going to be like, Gigi, I can just hear it in my mind the way he says it. It's like, how's it hanging? Gigi's in his house. Pew pew. You know.
Yeah, the Red Baron had no patience. for
Yeah,
that.
he did not like that.
He didn't have any sense of humor.
Do you want to perish?
Yeah. So you want to fucking die, man? What'd you say to me?
What the fuck did you say?
What did you say to me?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a great chapter, and I'm excited to see how things proceed. Whether it's going to be Gigi himself defeating Red Baron, or if he's just going to flip flop between him and the Evil Eye. Very excited. I really
Definitely the latter. Without a shadow.
without a shadow of a doubt.
Come on, don't you agree?
No, yeah,
Come on.
I'm not gonna. I'm just being silly.
They're gonna be tag teaming.
Yeah, they're gonna be.
He
tag
can't
team.
stay in his human form.
Yeah, he can't.
You know what? You want to bet? You wanna
No, I
take
don't
a
want to
L?
bet. I'm joking. I'm not.
Yeah, I think we all agree.
Okay. Brian, what'd you think?
This was a silly chapter. This is so silly. This is just, man, Dandadan. You can always count on Dandadan to just have some random fucking bullshit going on. like you just, I didn't even know that they were named after cigarettes. So it just adds another layer of silliness to this even like very serious villain.
It's some One Piece shit.
Yeah, it really is.
It just, you know, you can look forward to the series every week and it will always be fun no matter what. There's always something silly happening somewhere. And it's consistent. It's consistently silly. I can't remember a single time that I've had a bad time reading a fucking Dandadan chapter. I don't think it's ever happened. You know? Like, I don't think I've been disappointed reading the series. So it's just, you know, consistent, reliable fun every fucking week. And that deserves to be praised. That is something that not a lot of mangaka can say. You know? So big ups to Dandadan.
Hell yeah.
For reference, by the way, there's a character in One Piece named Pika. He is the Stone Man. He can, you know, manipulate the like stone around him, etc. One of his attacks is called Charles Stone, like Charleston, but Charles Stone. Yeah, that should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah. One last thing I forgot to mention is I love how exaggerated the movements of the Red Baron are. He puts everything into every attack. He's using 100% of his power constantly. You see this high kick? He went all the way up to his shoulders.
Yeah.
He was not fucking around.
Yeah, he's not fucking around.
Ooh. Yeah. Damn.
This is kick the shit.
That
This
takes
is
discipline.
this is what kicking the shit out of someone looks like.
Monster or not.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, these are very fun, like hyper exaggerative movements that makes, Red Baron a unique villain in that way, But that was the last thing I really wanted to mention. Any final thoughts?
No, sir.
All right. Well, that was Dandadan, and that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. You could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Josh is at JD_Cole_37 on Instagram, at New Jump City Josh on Twitter. Brian is at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram. Check him out where he's streaming at New Jump. Sorry. Yeah, I'm tired. At twitch.tv/It's Punchline. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Please do subscribe to us on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, billions of other podcast platforms out there. We're around. You can find us pretty easily. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about, and we'll address them on the pre-show chat show that we do. We didn't do one this week, but we will next week probably. Things have been a little hectic for us work-wise, so we just decided to do a regular show today. But Yeah, do that. I did all the subscribe stuff. Okay, thank you guys. Stay safe, New Job citizens. See you guys next week.
Bye.